shirts fit me great. No little stomach there. Feels great to tuck it in, go to work. People are proud of me. Busy life, a busy job. I do have some mentees. They see that. He's still making time for himself. Just overall, a better sense of confidence. Feel happier about the work that you do and the person that you are.
All right, state your name, where you live, and what you do for work.
Yeah. I am Ernesto Alvarez. I live in Houston, Texas, the Williams Tower behind me near the Galleria. And I am an attorney, personal injury attorney.
Awesome, brother. All right, so for the viewers, tell them your story, your situation before starting with Generation Fit. You know, what you were doing, how you were feeling, and how much you weighed.
Well, I worked long hours before when I started with Chris and his group here. I was at another job, a job I didn't like as much, working the same hours that I do now. And, a lot of my job involves being at this desk, doing the work. And yeah, I can sit, yeah, I can walk, get some water, get a snack here and there, but I wasn't really physically active. And I was actually thinking about this morning that there's a gym 2 blocks from me. I had that gym membership for 6 months, just paying it, stupidly paying it. Never stepped foot in there because I was just deathly afraid of going to the gym, deathly afraid of looking stupid. I really don't know. I don't know why. And I think the best thing that's come out of this is that I can walk into this gym, and it's crazy I'm about to say this, is that it feels like home. Like I don't talk to anybody in there really because I have my headphones on. Everyone has their headphones on. It's not a place that I socialize really. But like this morning, there's this gentleman, African American gentleman. Every morning that I'm in there, like we do a little head nod like that, and then there's others like we just know like, hey, it's morning, like we're here, let's get it done, and it's crazy because we've never spoken a word with each other. And I've also realized that it's okay to F up. Like it's okay to screw up at the gym. Today, I was, doing something. I still don't know the names of the workouts, but I was doing something and, it was 10 more pounds probably than I could have done. And I was like, well, let me drop that weight. And, I didn't fear looking stupid. I didn't fear, it is what it is. I can do what I can do, and I've been getting better at it. So I mean, yeah, that's a good starting answer for you.
Yeah, so then just tell them like what you first weighed, and then kind of give them like a starting point before joining the program.
Yeah, I think I was at 181. Um, and my tummy was just showing up on all my shirts. Um, one of the reasons why I was like, hey man, we got to start doing something is I have this Brook Brothers shirt, really nice shirt that I wear with suits, I wear for work. And just tucking in, I looked ridiculous. Like you just see the bulge on my stomach, and it's just I wasn't physically active. I mean, I still wear that shirt. I have other Brooks Brothers shirts. Now I look nice. Like it just feels clean. It feels great to tuck it in, go to work, and it just also feels good to get steps in and get movement in, and do your best to help your body, be better than it was the day before. If that makes any sense.
Hmm. Absolutely, it does. Yeah. So, yeah, tell me this. How did it make you feel being, probably the heaviest you've been in your adult life and not being able to fit in those shirts back then?
I mean, your self-esteem goes down. You look in the mirror and you're like, what the hell? And I think if you start your day with a positive mindset, good self-esteem, then sort of naturally the transgression is there. You go to work in a better mood. In my work, like I serve clients. I was just on the phone with one, clients who are going through it. And, you, you just feel better about helping them, feel better about the job, feel happier about, the work that you do and, the person that you are. And I'm not where I want to be, but I tell you what, I'm damn better than I was 6 months ago.
Yeah. And was there, back then, was there anything that you were like unable to do that you wished you could, or have any, negative impacts just being at that, place that you didn't want to be?
I mean, I think I covered it at the beginning. I wanted to go to that gym and I actually wanted to be, unafraid. Well, it's not afraid, it's anxious. Anxiety is the feeling about going into that gym. And, I thought it was going to be a bunch of meatheads. And sure enough, there are meatheads. Big buff guys in there pulling in weight. But You start going and you start realizing that one, this is good for me. Two, that meathead's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing. He's got his problems. I got my problems. He has his, things that cause him anxiety, just like, I do. And we're all, just trying to do our best.
Hmm. Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, just tell us, like, how did you find me, Generation Fit, the company overall?
Oh, I think that, one, the workouts are great. For my busy schedule, 45 minutes is like key. Because if you start sending me in there for an hour and a half, I think at the beginning of the program, I'd been like, whoa, I don't have that time, my friend. You know, 45 minutes is great. My routine is, um, I try to get one night workout in a week, and then I just have to do early morning workouts. It's just the way it works. I have a busy life. Things come up in the evenings, whether it be work, whether it be work events, whether it be the girlfriend, whether it be family, like you name it, business development events, you name it. So I go in the morning, and the routine is I walk in there, bottle of water, small little Alani, get me pumped and going a little bit, I guess pre-workout, if you will, and walk for 5 minutes, wake up fully, stretch a little bit, and get it in. I'm in and out in an hour, and then that includes the walking 2 blocks there and back, and I think that's just fantastic.
Hmm. That's a great routine, by the way. I've basically noticed all the step counts being pretty like a lot higher just from doing that. And what when we first met, what like really resonated with you? Like, what drew you to me and the company?
I'm a busy guy. I don't have the luxury of being able to say every Tuesday at 6 p.m. I can do this, or every Tuesday at 6 a.m. I can do this. And here I get accountability. Trust me, I see Brett's face a lot when, I'm about to chow down on something. I'm like, I'm gonna regret this, but here I freaking am. You know? But, more than anything, it's you get the help that you need without it being mostly generally too overbearing.
Well, tell me this. Like, what were your initial thoughts going through the process? Like, in the beginning when you first signed up, like, what were your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? Am I gonna stick to this? You know? I didn't know if it was something that I was gonna be able to run through, and sure enough, it hasn't been perfect. There's some weeks where I only get 2 workouts in. Think once or twice I got 1 workout in, either vacation or other things going on in life, but for the most part, I think, every week is a 3 workout week, and, I've been consistent with that and sort of set the foundation for me hopefully continuing that and seeing progress, seeing better way. Who knows? Maybe take my shirt off at the beach next summer like Chris.
Oh, you'll get there. I mean, this is prime time, man. This is like the perfect time. Like leading up to it. Trust me, after January, like this will be like the. I mean, you'll really see. Yeah, you'll get there. And after even after those doubts and fears about yourself not being able to follow through, like what made you say yes anyways?
I have a very challenging job. That job places very many obstacles in front of me. I deal with opposing counsel giving me, I'm just going to speak freely. I'm a Texan. Well, Tex-Mex, giving me shit. Sometimes I have a judge giving me shit. The clients sometimes expect things that, the law doesn't entitle them to. And I still push through. I still push through and get a good result, for the client. And they're happy at the end. So it's what I tell the clients a lot of the time is like, help me help you. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. I am going to get you there, but you have to have patience with me. It's not magic. So I try to tell that to myself. One workout at a time, one day at a time. Again, hasn't been perfect. Some days I get very minimal steps. I was telling Brett that last Sunday, probably downed a whole freaking basket of tortilla chips and salsa at the Tex-Mex restaurant. But during the week I had salads, try to keep the carbs minimal, and you know, just doing my best.
Hmm. Absolutely. Okay. And then now, I guess tell the viewers where you are now. Like, what's your weights? What your pant size is, shirts, feeling better. I mean, everything.
I am at 169.3 this morning,
Hmm.
and that is what, 12 pounds, I think.
12 pounds of fat. Yes.
Yeah,
I'll
12 pounds.
recap. I'll recap the muscle after.
Yeah, 12 pounds of fat down. Shirts fit me great. Uh, see a little, you know, no little stomach there. It's casual Friday at the office, but otherwise, you'd be tucked in looking nice. Um, just overall a better sense of confidence. And again, I can't resonate enough on just how it's helped me, not have anxiety at the gym, and it makes me want to go.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Right. And were there anything that you were, but I mean, guess besides going to the gym, right? Is there anything that you're able to do now that you couldn't before?
Oh yeah, I mean, lift a lot more. Um, I mean, what are those that you go like this in front of you at the bar?
Overhead press?
Overhead press, yeah. I mean, just 3 weeks ago, I was struggling with the dang bar. Um, I put what, 10 kilos? For some reason, they're in kilos at this gym. 10 kilos on each side, Wednesday, and was getting it done. So I mean, you see the progress sometimes as quick as 3 weeks.
Oh my god, you went from 45 to 95 pounds? Oh my god.
Well, no,
That's
I like 5 kilos on each side.
okay. I was about to say, I was like, whoa. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
that is some
yeah,
superhuman
yeah,
strength.
no, 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 totally lied. Five kilos on each side. Yes.
Gotcha. Either way, that's still really impressive. That's still 25 pounds plus. That's so it's
And I
95
was getting it
pounds.
done without issue. The bar by itself was just killing me. And I was like, all right, maybe I can add, 2 kilos next time or something. I don't know.
Yeah, understood. You're getting stronger fast. I mean, you're in the golden period. That's what I tell people. It's like you get past like the foundation set, and now this is the golden period of really locking in that muscle, like basically that shaping of portion of it, while filling it into your schedule. And my I think my question here is, what positive impact does this, being in better shape, losing a little bit of fat, putting on some muscle definition, being more confident, like what positive impact does this have on others around you?
Others around me. I think people are proud of me. They're happy to see it. And I mean, I don't know if I've made anyone work out yet, but I think, just generally seeing that I keep, a busy life, a busy job, and I still have time for this. I think, there are some, I do have some mentees. For example, I've had one that called me one time, while I was at the gym. I think they see that. And I'm like, okay, I'm in law school, busy lawyer, and he's still making time for, you know, himself. I think it resonates with them.
Yeah, it speaks louder than words. It 100% does. Every time when they see you in the gym, when they see you, I mean, especially in a suit, shirts, like they see it like, hey, you're fit. Unless
Yeah.
your reputation's just like so good, and like it doesn't matter how fat you are, yeah. But that's usually when you're like really, really old. But all right, so then I guess last question here, like, what would you tell somebody who's watching this right now and is unsure about taking the next step?
Unsure? Bet on yourself. That's what I'll tell 'em. Sounded really Texan there.
Did.
Yep. Bet on yourself. Take the step, man. Trust the process. Like I tell my clients, in litigation, a lot of the times, clients come to me with pretty serious injuries, and they think that by hiring a lawyer, I'm going to force a corporation or an insurance company to pay, almost immediately. And no, what I do is I sit down with them. I talk to them about the process, letting them know the steps, keep them updated, and just say, hey, if you work with me, if you do what I told you to do, which is get treatment, help yourself, get better, and then help me when I need to provide information to the other side, then I'm going to put some money in your pocket. And I mean, the same goes here. And the money in my pocket is in this case is being more fit. You know, putting on my shirts, not being chubby. Just having a better, as the Gen Z say, aura about. So
Yes, that's right.
yeah, so
Yeah, man.
no, I mean that's it. I mean that's the reward here. Just feeling better about yourself and being a little bit more fit.
Absolutely. Well, okay, so to recap, Ernesto is officially down 12 pounds net. Based off his strength numbers, he's up about 4 to 5 pounds of muscle, which means that he's probably down about 17 pounds of fat, actually. Okay. So that is his actual numbers. And you should tell, I mean, I think you should tell the viewers, I mean, really give him the scoop. When we first joined, I mean, people always come in with like their wildest dreams, and they were always like, "Oh man, we're gonna, you know, become like James Bond, right?" Like that whole look. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Look, we need to like let's just the first part is just let's sit down and see what's going on." And I mean, just tell the viewers, even when you first joined in, right? You had, I mean, you were deep work with depositions all day.
Oh,
Like, just tell
freaking
them that process.
God. No, yeah, when I first joined, I was preparing for a major trial, and that trial involved taking 22 depositions between the time I joined and when we were anticipating, trying the case. And Jesus, I think I was working nonstop, and it was crazy because I'd get off in like the 1 to 2 hours I had to decompress. I had to spend 45 minutes to an hour, trying to get a workout in. And sometimes I couldn't. I'd miss a day or whatnot. But for the most part, I was pretty consistent about 2 days a week. And I think that's what I started with, 2 days a week, just given the schedule. And then, that changed. An opportunity came across my desk to join, better firm. I was defending. Now I'm, representing injured people. I did that, and yeah, we started getting 3 days a week in, 3 days a week. Again, not perfect. Chris can tell you that, both Chris and Brett have gotten on me on the weekend for, doing what I need to do, doing the Lord's work out there. But, hey, it is what it is, man. It's about balance. We have a saying in Mexico, you don't take anything when you leave this world. And, sometimes I do want that damn burger. Sometimes I do want, a couple beers watching UT football or something. I do it. I just know that if I, you know, do that during the week, I can't, on Wednesday, if there's a happy hour at work, probably take it a little bit easier you know, than I would otherwise. Or if there's, tacos at work, maybe just eat one and have a salad when you get home or something. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that's what the biggest thing I preach here is balance. Oh, I mean, I live that life. I want to show you guys that that's the way. I
yeah,
don't want you to give up burgers, tacos, Tex-Mex, and the whole nine, beers, watching football. Like I think that's just taking away a life. And I don't want this to be like revolving around your life. If anything, it should enhance it. That's
yeah.
really what it should do.
Yeah, I tell
All
Brett,
right.
I'm not training to be in a competition, man. I'm just trying to be better than I was.
Yeah. It's just funny because I think we have we both come we're both very competitive in the backgrounds. He's even more robotic than I am in the sense of just like personality. But it's funny because yeah, he just like it's we see this video later, but he'll he'll be like, yeah, I eat the same things every single day. I don't drink, and I'm like, man. I was like, I at least have like, I try to have like a date night. I try to take out my girl on a date once a week if I'm not working 12 hours. I'm trying to have like, I will have like a burger. Yeah, I actually will have like a burger. I'll have a pizza. Like I'm trying to live here. I'm not trying to, freaking, I'm trying to eat some
Yeah,
Chinese food for once in a while. My God. But yeah,
yeah.
he's
No,
like,
but he gave me tough love. I need that tough love because that tough love got me in the gym. So,
yeah, of course. It's an ebb and flow, but it's just funny how like the personalities, even if I mean, he's a great coach. That's why I hired him. But
yeah,
that's, but at the end of the day, we get results. And Ernesto, just know that we're proud of you.
appreciate you.
And